Hello, everybody, and welcome to the B.F.F. Buzz. We are on episode 16. Tonight we are live on
Bekah
Friends Foundation on Facebook, Child Cancer Aware on Facebook, and on we're live on TikTok.
And our ways to donate are through our website at bekahfriends.org or through our Cash App at Bekah's Friends 14.
Mailbag.
Yes.
We need all those childhood cancer kids who don't have anything to do. Sit down and draw us a picture or draw us a card.
Or write a letter.
Yeah, and you can write us a letter and tell us your story and mail it in to us. Send it to us. It's Bekah and Friends Foundation, P.O. Box 629, Derby, Kansas 67037.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to do a comment check?
Yeah. Elizabeth Fig.
5.
I
think it's 5.
She said, "Hello, beautiful friends."
Hello, Elizabeth.
Cambry. Neuroblastoma was sent home on hospice on the 13th. Shay?
Yeah.
Her DIPG tumor has grown. Ava, next MRI's on the 25th, so they need some good vibes that they get good results from that.
Yeah.
And we just got this update right before we went live. Reese, they found a bacterial infection in his blood.
He's been in the hospital more than he's been out.
And
Sorry, one I missed.
Okay.
Steve Dillon, you're friends with him on here?
Stevie. Yeah.
Says Stevie Strong. Hashtag Stevie Strong.
Stevie Strong. One of them is Megan Reed. And she has Hodgkin's lymphoma.
spit it out there.
And she's 17, a senior in high school.
Oh, man.
She is an Aussie. Okay. And she just did a transplant, or just started a transplant on the 16th, stem cell. And her donor is her little sister, Erin.
Oh, my goodness.
So, we definitely want to keep Megan in our thoughts and prayers because it is definitely, it's tough. We also have Ray, and his, on TikTok, his username is rayoflight_19. He was diagnosed in 2018 with hepatoblastoma. He turned 5 on the 22nd of March, and his health is declining. Hospice was even talked about in a couple of their prior videos. Brielle, she started her second bone marrow transplant 6 days ago. And she is a neuroblastoma. I'm going to say she's right around that 6, 7, 8 years old age. And she's having a hard time as well. I want to talk about Caitlin. Caitlin, Elizabeth's daughter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's still in the hospital. She's been in and out for months now. Shunt infections, and anyway, there's another infection in the newest drain, shunt, whatever it is. I didn't even quite understand it. This girl, she tests all of the medical journals.
Oh my goodness.
She's going to be there for another month or so.
Oh man.
They started a 21-day regimen of antibiotics. So we really need to get the thoughts and prayers going for Caitlin. Caitlin is, her cancer is, she's a survivor. She is a brain cancer survivor. She did have some, the treatments changed her, everything changed her, but she's such a happy kid. She's not even a kid. She's like 18 now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so she definitely needs some thoughts and prayers. I want to tell a little funny story. So when I saw this on Instagram on Love for Luke 2020, Luke had some swelling in the cheek. Okay, so they did an ultrasound. And while they were doing the ultrasound, Mom was explaining that moms go through ultrasounds when they're having babies. So the picture she posted was him of his great big eyes. Probably got the wrong idea, thinking that he had a baby in his cheek. Well,
Oh my goodness.
there's no baby in his cheek. And I thought, anyway, the look on this child's face was hilarious. I mean,
Like a deer in headlights.
yeah. So anyway, there's no baby, and they ascertained that the swelling was probably radiation related. So, so do we have any comments before I get started?
Elizabeth says, love you.
Love you, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Steve Dillon said it is, which I've never heard this one before, new to me, stage 4 embryonic brain cancer.
Oh, that's right. I did see that on Mom's. Steve Dillon's son. It's Stevie. One thing I want to talk about really quick before we get into our touchy subject is bethematch.org. We have a lot of kids, and I told you there was an entirely new community of cancer warriors on TikTok. So I want to talk about the bethematch.org. It's very minimally invasive to be a donor, a bone marrow donor. And if you don't want to go through that and be a match for somebody who needs the donor cells, you can donate blood. Platelets and blood, those are important, especially for kids fighting cancer. But bethematch.org, you get on there and you can order a kit, and they do a swab. Mm-hmm. You have to be under the age of 45. Most people can be a donor, and I encourage anybody, if you want to do something good for somebody, just go check it out. It's worth your time, trust me. The subject I want to talk about tonight is going to be a difficult subject, and that is, for lack of better words, think before you speak. Mm-hmm. We have, especially in situations like losing your child. Mm-hmm. One of the things that was said to me is, quote, end quote, I know how you feel. My dog died 2 weeks ago. That was the one time I went off.
Oh, I can see that.
The other thing that when you're talking to a parent, sorry for your loss is great. Many prayers and hugs and stuff like that is great. But when you're talking about God has a better plan, they're in a better place, when you say that to a bereaved mother, we know you have good intentions, but what you're saying is they're not good enough to be with me.
Right.
That's what you're saying. When it comes to the things that people say to, the other thing is, I know how you feel. My grandma had cancer, or my mom had cancer. The one thing you have to understand is just because somebody else you know had cancer does not mean you understand and can even begin to relate with what these parents are going through.
Oh, well, and every story is different. Every diagnosis, our bodies are not built the same.
No. So we can relate, but we'll never be able to know. I know how you feel. No, you don't know how I feel. Let me go forward a little bit and talk about some of the things that people might say to somebody who is fighting cancer currently. One girl was told she needs to lose weight. She has a brain tumor, and she is on some very heavy steroids. Every single cancer patient, whether they're 90 all the way down to 0, if they are on steroids, and most leukemia patients and lymphoma patients are, if they are on steroids, they're going to pack on the weight.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't eat right, on top of that, they're going to pack it on even more. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is when people talk crap about somebody wearing a scarf, a lot of people are very self-conscious about having no hair anyway.
Exactly.
Much of it. And the other thing that they will say is you need to get over it. You need to move on. I will tell you from personal experience, when a child dies, you don't get over that. That is not something you get over. I still struggle today. You don't get over it. Period. End of story. Don't even bother telling them to move forward. It is not natural for a mother or a dad to bury their child.
No.
So it's not like I want everybody to stay quiet and not be supportive. But I do want everybody to realize what some of the things that you probably don't want to say because how we and they process what you're saying.
Missing out on all the things she would have done as she grew up are now taken away. Which is...
Yes. And who was that?
Elizabeth.
Oh, Elizabeth, yeah. Well, especially Elizabeth. Elizabeth's situation. Her daughter, Caitlin. When you look at the pictures, this girl she was a beautiful, I mean, she's still a beautiful girl, but, I mean, she had the great hair, and she's just a great kid. Now she can barely communicate. She can't walk. You can tell she wants to. I mean, we've seen videos of her doing little dances and things like that, but she's in a wheelchair. Brain cancer completely
Flipped her upside down.
Debilitated this child. I mean, she has to be cared for the rest of her life.
Maybe that's where that comment would come in from above, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that it would. And that is what Elizabeth would grieve, is the loss of who Caitlin was before cancer came and destroyed her ability to be the Caitlin she was. Now that she's an adult, look at what she can't get a driver's license. She'll never have a child. Making mom and dad grandparents. She'll never get married. You see what I'm saying? So that we've taken that conversation a long way, but Caitlin's situation, I don't know because I'm not there. But that's the thing. It's okay to tell a parent you don't know. It's okay to say to the family, I do not know what you're going through. And believe me, every single one of these families is going to tell you, I would never, under any circumstances, wish this on my worst enemy. And I don't understand some things, and I will admit it, I don't know.
Yeah.
But there is so much to talk about. That would probably be a conversation that I would love to have Elizabeth here, not here, but get her on the phone.
Yeah.
And have a conversation with her about that. Let her talk about that. Because I know she's not the only parent with that.
Exactly.
With that issue. You know that. I mean, Mason's not the same. Mason is not the same child that he was before cancer. And so maybe that's something we need to arrange. We'll sit down and talk with Elizabeth about that. Maybe we can do that. And see if she'd be interested in kind of talking about that and telling people.
Yeah.
What's what.
Any more comments real quick?
No.
Once again, our ways to donate is through our website at bekahandfriends.org or through our Cash App at $Bekah's Friends 14.
Okay.
The ways to follow us is either the 3 ways on Facebook are Child Cancer Aware, the main foundation page at Bekah and Friends Foundation, or Ovarian Cancer Aware. Then we have TikTok, which is Bekah_in_friends. Or Instagram, which is Bekah in Friends.
All one word.
Yeah. And then YouTube is Bekah and Friends Foundation.
Don't let anybody fight cancer alone. In the end, cancer is cancer. It affects the lives of so many when one cancer diagnosis is dished out. And so I want to make sure that we say, don't let anybody fight cancer alone. There is always something that you can do. Just a kind heart is all that matters sometimes. Anyway, episode 17 will be on YouTube. It will premiere on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And welcome to the new families. We'll do our best on TikTok. We'll do our best to do what we can for you when we see a need, or if you have a need, you can always go to our website and contact us at BekahAndFriends.org. So with that, thanks. Appreciate it. And peace.